Hey, Miles here, milesbeckler.com. This video is all about sales versus marketing. More specifically, the goal is to help you self-identify where you are on the spectrum between sales and marketing so you know what you need to prioritize in your business to grow to the level that you want more quickly. And in just a minute, we're going to jump on my computer onto a whiteboard and I'm going to map this all out because the truth is that it's kind of a big blurry gray area and there's not one linear path from where you are to where you want to be. A lot depends on what you've been doing, your strategy, whether you have budgets or not. And that's what I'm here to help you do, is to self-identify where you are. So let's jump onto the whiteboard right now and actually get in, because the first thing I want to kind of paint a picture of is the spectrum that is sales versus marketing. Now, in this timeline, okay, so we've got time going this way here. What I like you to think of is marketing is everything that happens before we go for the sale. Now, the sale is the customer acquisition moment, okay? So a sale is when you literally direct someone to some sort of a sales page. Now, this could be your sales page, but it could also be an affiliate sales page, right? And when you direct someone who you obviously have encountered, you're obviously connecting with them through some sort of content, whether it's a video, a blog post, an ad, a social post, etc. You direct them towards an offer, okay? And that moment of whether they decide yes or no to take that offer, whether it's yours or an affiliate's, that's the moment of the sale. And if you notice here, there's a lot more that goes into marketing than there is sales. Now, this is also kind of inversely proportional, that the world of generating sales online, the skill and the ability to get another human being on the internet to pull out their credit card and purchase something is a very deep scale. So while the time around marketing can often be a lot longer, the kind of depth of knowledge and the depth of skills required in order to create sales can often be a bit more complex than most beginners have. Now, here's what I like to think of this. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this. I'm going to clear our canvas and I'm going to kind of start us over. In the world of marketing with sales over here at the end, I like to use organic traffic because organic traffic allows me to first create content that essentially connects me with an audience. Okay, this is the moment of gaining the awareness in the marketplace. So at this point, I've got about 175,000 subscribers, and I've built this kind of awareness with those 175,000 people and the millions of people who have watched my videos. I've built this awareness through publishing content, through publishing keyword-focused videos that are really helpful. I've been focusing on utility value, and that's how I've really been able to grow a name for myself and an audience, okay? 700-ish videos over the course of about 5 years is what we're looking at here now. But then the second thing that you can build is trust. Now, trust is usually one of the keys as to why people don't purchase, okay? You can go become a representative for a network marketing business. You can go become a representative for a drop shipping product. You can go become an affiliate and you can start spamming your links everywhere. But if the people who see your links don't trust you, they don't trust your brand, and they don't trust your product, they're never going to purchase. So in the marketing game, we have the ability to leverage content to build trust. And then there's another one that's likability. You've probably heard the phrase that you got to get people to know, like, and trust you before they'll be willing to purchase. And this is why I'm such a proponent over organic content marketing traffic, whether that's blogging, whether it's podcasting, or using videos, because it gives you an opportunity to deliver results in advance. And that's one of the reasons why I've been so successful is I've helped through my YouTube videos that are 100% free. I've helped thousands upon thousands of people start blogs, drive traffic, and really truly build real actual businesses online, which is why when I recommend a specific product, whether it's as an affiliate or whether I create a specific product and then recommend people go take a look at my sales page, that's why I drive massive amounts of sales in short time frames. That's why I'm able to win affiliate contests. It's not that one email. It's not that one offer. It's all of the work I've done to grow an audience, to build trust, and to gain likability. The other thing I want to talk about is beliefs, okay? A lot of time why people will not purchase is they don't believe you. They don't believe it's going to work. they don't believe your testimonials, and they don't believe it will work for them. It's the whole like, oh, if you knew my story, you knew I'd never be able to do this internet marketing stuff. But what I've done is I've built out content in a way that I get people into motion, and they get into motion. They start publishing blog posts, and they start doing keyword research, and they start doing the basics of search engine optimization. And then they stick with it long enough to where they start to see impressions and they start to see clicks. And then they start to believe this stuff works. And then they get their first paycheck, and they get their first Amazon commission, or they get their first sale for the product that they're selling. And then they realize, oh my gosh, this stuff works. And then they believe that it's possible for them to build a real business online that could support the lifestyle of their dream. At that point, when I have checked all of these separate boxes right here, I'm in a position to make an offer, and I don't have to go crazy with the sales copy because they already know me, they like me, they trust me. I've demonstrated in advance my ability to help you get results. This is all marketing. Now, another kind of almost abstract way to look at this is through like, I'm running what could be considered the equivalent of like an old school magazine. I'm just making content every week. I'm making new content all of the time. And I know it's abstract because I'm using video on a digital and nobody really buys magazines anymore. But if you think about what a magazine does, is it creates content, and embedded in the content, there's advertisements that ultimately lead to sales propositions. Okay, I'm gonna clean that up a little bit. Sorry about that. So now I want to talk about the potential shortcut. Now I'm saying shortcut because it can condense the timeline down, but that does not mean that it's easier. And this is very, very important because you might be thinking, well, Miles, do I have to leverage content? Do I have to put out all these blog posts and all this content? Technically speaking, no, you actually don't. But the challenge is that you need to leverage more skills if you're going to bypass the process of growing an audience, because technically speaking, you can run an advertisement. That advertisement can go to a landing page, and then that can take someone to an offer. And I'm going to be honest with you, this is the simplest way to grow. But here's the challenge: the skill and the art of copywriting. What is copywriting? It's salesmanship in print. And in theory, it is possible to walk someone through all of those same things we talked about: the know, the like, the trust, and the beliefs. We can do that between essentially the content on the ad and the content on the landing page. And when you structure your content in a way and your advertisement pre-frames them, the problem and the solution, and then your landing page or your sales page or your funnel, right? This could be an email opt-in. The offer could be a one-time offer or a sales page there. This could just be straight to a sales page. It's kind of irrelevant how you package this together. But when you are taking the time to write one piece of content or a mini series of content that's distributed evenly, kind of quickly like a funnel, then you have to be able to walk human beings, skeptical individuals on the other side of the computer. You have to walk them through all of those different parts of the sales process: the know, the like, the trust, and the beliefs, in one shot in order to make the sale. And I'll be honest with you, that is an incredibly difficult proposition, which is why I like to focus in on generating the content first that's going to grow the audience and build the trustworthiness first. So when my ad, if you want to call it that, it's simply me mentioning it in a video that I've got this thing that if you're interested in, go check it out. Or I send an email to my email list and I say, hey, by the way, I've been using this tool. It's speeding up the process of me creating blog posts drastically. Go check it out. And lots of people then click. They already know me, like me, and trust me. So when they see that offer, their likelihood of converting goes way, way up. The other thing that's required, if you are trying to speed up this process to where you literally run an ad that sends people to a landing page and sends people to an offer, the amount of technology required to do this correctly is potentially a little bit higher. So on the ad, you need to have budgets in order to run the ad. On the landing page, you need to either have a premium theme on WordPress like Thrive Themes, which is what I use and recommend, that'll allow you to make sales pages, to make opt-in pages, or you need to use something like lead pages, which is, $50 per month. And then you have to have for your offer some sort of a shopping cart, whether you're using Samcart, which starts at $50 a month, it goes up to $200 a month, or whether you're using Thrivecart that costs $400 or $500 one-time fee to get it set up. There's a lot more money required to move down this path. And once you buy the tech, okay, these are kind of, they're ongoing fees, but they're known fees, they're fixed fees, even if it's $50 $50 a month for your landing page builder, and your $50 a month for your shopping cart, they're fixed known fees, then your ad costs are the variable. And you might end up spending thousands and thousands of dollars like I did. It took me thousands upon thousands of dollars of testing and running Facebook ads and YouTube ads to learn the system, to learn how it all works, to learn how to craft offers in a way and to craft content in a way that actually gets the human being to take out their credit card and make a purchase. It's an incredibly difficult thing to do, so you need to have budgets in order to go down this path. And I know a lot of you watching right now, you don't have necessarily a large dollar-based budget, but you have the time and energy-based budget. And that's where I really prefer building what are called authority sites, okay? And on the authority site, you start by making content. And the content delivers utility, okay? You actually help people solve their goals, answer their questions, solve their problems, if you will. It's the utility value of the content that you're creating that proves you are someone who can be trusted, because they actually take your advice that you give freely on your content, they implement what you taught them, and voila, they're on the path gets easier, their goal gets closer, they get micro victories on the way there. You become their trusted advisor. At this point in time, you can offer them a free report, you can offer them a free download, you can offer them a lead magnet that gets them onto your email list, which allows you to then kind of overcome objections and build more beliefs. And ultimately, you get to the point where you make an offer, whether that's your offer or whether that's an affiliate offer. This is one of the most proven ways for anyone to leverage what they know or what they're willing to go research and learn in order to teach those searching the internet for answers, for solutions, for how-to, for useful content, right? We become the creators of the useful content, and this is all the marketing. And when we get the marketing done correctly, bingo, it lines us up for the sale. So how do you know where you are in this process and where are you on the path? This is one of the big keys, because you want to be working within kind of whatever stage or framework within your strategy that's going to get you to the next level best. So I want to ask you a few questions. Do you have an audience yet of people who know you, like you, and trust you? If yes, great. It's absolutely time to be considering, do you have an email list? Because that's what comes after an audience, okay? It's one thing to have a YouTube audience here. It's another thing to have 14, 15, 20, 10, 6, 3, 2, 5,000 people on an email list who have raised their hand and say, I want more content from you. This is the number one asset within your business. So if you don't have an audience yet, the other question you need to be asking yourself is, do you have budgets, and do you have the time and energy to really geek out and go all in on the world of copywriting? So if you don't have the budgets, or you're not really ready to go all in on the world of copywriting, content is the way. Then you just decide, am I a blogger? Are you more of a writer at nature? Are you a video person? Do you like kind of showing up on camera like I do and just sharing what you know or sharing what you're learning through video? Or are you more of an interviewer and a podcaster who is a sleuth who's seeking the knowledge from other experts who have the knowledge, which is a great model. If you're not the expert, you can go interview the experts in a podcast format. And this is how you could build that knowability, likability, and trustability. So do you have an audience? Do you have an email list? Do you have budgets? And then the question is, do you have your own products? Okay. And if you do, are you actively selling your products? Do you have an offer that converts? When you get yourself to a point that you've got content and you've got an offer that converts, I do believe it is very worthwhile to invest in Facebook ads, to invest potentially in YouTube ads, to invest in getting more attention on your offers that are already proven to work with the people who you've connected with already. Now, that's a giant spectrum. And there's a number of different ways that you can plug into that. And just remember that you want to go build an audience of people who know you, like you, and trust you, so you can really help them get results in advance. Because once you've done that, they believe you, they trust you, and they're more willing to take your recommendations. Whether whether that is a recommendation to go get your free lead magnet so they join your email list, or whether that's a recommendation for an affiliate product that you want to promote, that you use and love, that you promote because you use it and you get value from it, or whether that's a product or a service that you create for them. It's kind of irrelevant what you sell once you have the attention of the audience. And if you want to go the fastest path to building a real business online, you can always go with the whole ad to landing page to offer process. You can leverage affiliate marketing. It is inherently simple, but that does not mean that it is easy. And if you want to see a fully functional funnel that is operational, you can go to my socialadclass.com website and you're going to see that it's all built right there. Now, this isn't a pitch for the product because it's a little potentially irrelevant to you. This is a Facebook advertising course that I put out. So all of my marketing is targeted on people who I know are really keenly interested in Facebook ads. And as we've already identified here, that might not be you. And that's okay. But I figured you might want to see that in action because it's a great way to understand how all of these pieces can fit together. And then I, as a creator, I have the ability to retarget people who watch my videos that are about Facebook ads. I have the ability to target people who are interested in Facebook ads. I have the ability to target people who have visited my blog posts on my website, interested in Facebook ads. And then I can present my offer to those individuals who I know are interested and they're already predisposed to my content. They've already seen my content that's super specific to that one specific topic. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions, definitely get at me in the comments below. I'm happy to clarify anything in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. I do appreciate that kind of help. And if you have ideas or questions for future videos, let me know in the comment because I'm always open to new ideas for new videos. But I hope you found this to be helpful and I look forward to connecting with you on the next video. Until we meet again, be well.